Kansas Governor Kelly signs a $100 million relief bill related to utility bills. I'm Zach Dodge with how it could impact cities like Humboldt that are facing historically high gas bills. Coming up.
Mercy Hospital is giving 4-staters a chance to get vaccinated with no appointment. Missouri's governor tours a mass vaccine clinic and touts the state's vaccine distribution, even as leaders in the state's most populous areas say it's not enough.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The state of Kansas takes action to help cities and residents facing historically high utility bills. This is KOAM News at 6. We've told you about the high utility bills in Altamont, Kansas due to February's winter weather. Well, residents in Humboldt face the same situation. KOAM's Zach Dodge spoke with officials in Humboldt about the situation and how a new loan program in the state might provide a workable solution.
Typically, we get billed about $35,000 a month. We've been advised that the estimate for February's cost will be $1.6 million.
It sounds like something you'd hear in a movie or some other work of fiction. But for the city of Humboldt, the situation is all too real.
Have you ever seen a bill in your time here that's been that high, especially
never.
for 1 month?
Never, maybe 40 or 50,000.
When the polar vortex hit the Midwest in February, the price for natural gas skyrocketed. Humboldt City Administrator Cole Herder explains their price per unit is usually around $3. They saw prices go as high as $622 per unit.
The gas we buy is traded on an index, a daily index. So we believe that there were people profiting on the trading of the gas that never had any contact with the gas.
The Federal Energy Regulatory Commission has started an investigation to see if there was market manipulation, but in the short term, cities like Humboldt are still facing bills that are multitudes higher than they can afford.
One family that I looked up a bill, and their bill is typically around under $200. Their bill for this month would have been $5,400.
But there may be some relief. On Wednesday, Governor Kelly signed legislation to create a $100 million low-interest loan program where cities could get a loan from the state for what they owe on utilities and pay that back over a 10-year period. Herder says at this point it may be their only option.
I can't pay my $1.6 million bill when I only have $250,000 in reserve. I would be in violation of the law. So this legislation allows us to be legal and have a loan long enough to help us recover.
In Humboldt, Zach Dodge, KOAM News.
Herder tells us the city council would have to approve applying for the loan, but he will recommend that. He hopes eventually there will be some form of federal relief. The recent winter storms are also costing you at the gasoline pump. A lot of southern refineries are just beginning to return to regular production after last month's storms. The average price of a gallon of gasoline in Missouri is $2.48. That means you're likely paying at least 5 cents a gallon more at the pump than last week and 34 cents a gallon more than last year. The price of fuel is expected to continue to rise. AAA forecasts the national gas price average to hit $2.80 this month. That means an at least 5 to 10 cent increase a week until refinery operations are stable. Pittsburgh Police Department releases new details about a suspicious device found yesterday near Pitt State. PSU police found the device on the 1500 block of Joplin Street. Pittsburgh City Police called in the Kansas Highway Patrol's hazardous device unit, and that unit left with the device. Today, investigators say they were able to dismantle it and found it contained a small amount of incendiary components. Pieces of the device have been sent to a lab to look for more evidence. As predicted, the weather today, beautiful. Doug Heddy.
Yeah, it actually turned out to be a fantastic day for us today. Temperatures great as we went into lower 70s for highs, and it's still actually pretty good for us right now. You can see around the viewing area, most of us are sitting in that 60 to about 65, 66 degree range as we have a light south wind, which has helped our temperatures warm up throughout the daytime hours. These winds are going to pick up a little bit for us late tonight into tomorrow with our next storm system, which is rolling in. You can see the clouds rapidly increasing on the Kansas and the Oklahoma side and this will be the trend over the next several hours. And look at the rain out across central and western parts of Kansas. Now, this is a fairly weak wave. It's not going to have much in the way of moisture. I think we'll be dry for the next 6 hours, and then after midnight, we may get a few random hit and miss showers. Not a big deal. Most of us staying dry. As we go through the morning hours, some light showers will start to develop, but again, these are going to be fairly light across the region. But the evening looks great. We drop back through the 60s, 50s, down into the upper 40s later on tonight. Of course, we're going to look down the road here in just a bit.
All right, we'll see you then. Thanks, Todd. The Jasper County Health Department reports 6 more people have died with COVID-19. The patients were 4 men, 1 in his 90s, 3 in their 70s, and 2 women, 1 in her 40s and the other in her 70s. These latest deaths bring the county's total to 149. You can get updated COVID numbers for other area communities at KOAMnewsnow.com. Mercy Hospital is temporarily allowing walk-in appointments for people currently eligible for COVID-19 vaccine. That includes people 65 and older, people 18 and older with health conditions that make them at high risk, healthcare workers, first responders, and other emergency personnel. Supply is limited and doses will be given on a first-come, first-served basis. Walk-ins will be accepted tomorrow and Saturday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Missouri Governor Mike Parson seems to be optimistic about getting shots as soon as possible to everyone in the state, even as critics in urban areas complain that rural parts of the state are getting more than their proportional share. Parson today visited a St. Louis vaccination site where the National Guard is helping to keep things running. And Parson says things are getting better every day. Earlier today, the governor visited Pfizer's facility in nearby Chesterfield, Missouri, where workers are producing vaccine.
Can't tell you how proud I am to have, a company like Pfizer here in Missouri that actually touches every vaccine in the world right here in St. Louis.
Political and civic leaders in the state's most populous areas claim their regions are not getting enough vaccine. They've cited cases in which people drove hundreds of miles to rural areas to get shots. Governor Parson has denied favoritism toward rural areas. He told reporters, quote, "Anytime you look at a major populated area, it's going to take longer to get through the process just simply because of the population. We know that." Governor Parson announced today that more pharmacies in Missouri will begin receiving vaccine doses. The vaccines will be distributed through a new state pharmacy program. The Missouri Pharmacy Association will submit orders to the Department of Health and Senior Services on behalf of partnering pharmacies. You can find a link to see which pharmacies are receiving doses in this story on our website, again, KOAMnewsnow.com. Still ahead, online shopping scams are on the rise, but the Southwest Missouri chapter of the Better Business Bureau has some tips to keep you safe. And Pittsburgh area students will put their creativity and thumbs to work in a drone competition. The Better Business Bureau in Southwest Missouri says online shopping scams are on the rise. In 2020, more than 46,000 scams were published on the BBB Scam Tracker. That's a nearly 25% increase from the year before. The regional representative for the BBB gave us some tips to avoid becoming a victim.
You need to know that if somebody's pressuring you to deposit something within 24 hours, that's probably a scam. If somebody's contacting you out of the blue, giving you a check, it's probably a scam. If somebody is saying that, this is a one-time offer, it's never going to come around again, you need to pay online today, that's probably a scam.
Garland says 18 to 24-year-olds and senior citizens are the most likely to become victims of an online scam. Pittsburgh area students have put their creativity, critical thinking, and engineering skills to the test in a drone competition. Pitt State is putting on the competition that'll be open to middle, high school, and college students from all across the area. The students will create drone missions and field elements or obstacles in a 10-foot by 20-foot netted drone area.
In the fall, we did a dragster race. We decided to go from the road and the ground to the air, and the next 50 years we think are going to be focused on things like drone technology. And so we want for students to start getting more and more access to that.
Registration is open through March 17th. It's free, but registration is going to be capped at 32 teams. You can find a link to register on our website. Once again, that's KOAMnewsnow.com. Doug Eddy's up next with his complete forecast. And later, for the first time in nearly 20 years, the McCallie girls will play in the state quarterfinals. We're going to preview their matchup as the Lady Warriors look to claim their spot in the state Final Four.
Well, it definitely turned out to be another great day for us today. Temperatures fantastic, lower 70s. Average high is about 56 degrees, so a good chunk above where we should be for this time of the year. Now, of course, we're going to cool right back down as we head into the daytime hours tomorrow, but all week has been great. We were near 70 yesterday, into lower 70s for us today. 61 Yates Center, 59 Iola. Oswego is sitting at 65. Much of the same in Welch, 66 in Neosho. Lamar is checking in at about 63 degrees. And we've had this light southerly wind all day long. These are going to start to shift out of the east, which you can already see the winds now out of the southeast, but they're also going to pick up a little bit as we go through the overnight hours for us tonight. The rest of the evening, we slide back through the 50s, eventually into the upper 40s late tonight. But look at the clouds increasing on the Kansas and the Oklahoma side. This is ahead of our next storm system, which is brewing out to the west. So for the evening, we'll continue to get the clouds increasing, and then eventually we'll see this storm system working in. Now, this is a very weak system. It's a cutoff low. The main jet stream is all the way up into Canada, so this system doesn't have the jet stream energy, so it just kind of meanders by. It's not extremely strong, doesn't have much in the way of moisture to work with, but you can see the rain out across central Kansas, western Kansas, and then down through western parts of Oklahoma. This will start to spread in our direction as we go through the overnight hours. Let's go through time. Clouds continue to increase. So here's midnight. Most of us are cloudy, sitting into near 50 degrees. As we work through the rest of the overnight hours, here's 5 a.m., we'll start to see some scattered, very light showers popping up. These are going to be very hit and miss, very light, not a big deal. Let's go through the morning hours. We'll stop at 9:30. We'll have some very light hit and miss showers across the region. As we go into the noon hour, still we'll have these hit and miss, very light showers. And then by the afternoon, most of these will rotate out of here. May even see a little bit of sunshine by tomorrow evening. Here's your day planner. Starting at 46, 50 by noon, high temp of 54. Northeasterly winds, a little breezy at about 10 to 20. So a cooler day for us on Friday. We clear out tomorrow night, and we start the day kind of cold on Saturday, but Saturday afternoon looks pretty good. We see sunny skies, and we warm up near 60 during the afternoon. Now, with this system, rainfall amounts are going to be very light across the region. Most of us, a few hundredths of an inch, maybe at max about a tenth of an inch of rain. So this is a very weak system. It's not going to produce much in the way of rainfall whatsoever. 54 for us tomorrow, so it is going to be cooler. But look at the weekend. It looks great. 59 Saturday, 61 on Sunday, 63 on Monday. Then rain chances start to sneak back in Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Now, temperatures are going to be great, upper 60s to near 70 degrees, but those rain chances increase Tuesday night. A little better chances on Wednesday as this storm system rotates in. And then on Thursday, our best chances for rain. And some of these could be strong, possibly severe. So we'll have to keep our eyes on that. Of course, tonight at 10, we're going to do the month-long forecast for March and kind of break down as we head into storm season.
Yeah, March always a volatile time of year for sure.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Doug. Coming up in sports, the Pitt State softball team prepares for its first home game since 2019. And the McCallie girls are in the state quarterfinals for the first time in nearly 20 years. Jacob Leonard joins us with details next.
The McCallie girls are headed to the state quarterfinals. McCallie beat Montrose 70-45 on Wednesday night in the sectional round of the Class 1 bracket. Now in that game, Kennedy Dury scored a game-high 31 points, while teammate Kaylee Teeter added 22. Now, the Warriors hit the road to face Walnut Grove on Saturday, with the winner moving on to the Final Four. Saturday will be McCallie's first appearance in the state quarterfinals since 2002.
They're picking it up at the right time. We've been a little bit inconsistent this year, in the early parts of the season, but I think that towards the end of the year now we're starting to play like we know how to play, and we feel good about ourselves going into this game.
We're starting to trust each other a lot better than what we have in the season, and it's really improving. I think that we were just applying that pressure and pushing in transition, and I think it's working.
Tonight is championship night for the Class 5 District 12 girls tournament in Missouri. It's also a rivalry game. Carl Junction at home tonight against Webb City. The winner of this one moves on to the state bracket. CJ, by the way, aiming for its 6th consecutive district title. Game time is 7 o'clock. We're going to have highlights and post-game reaction right here tonight at 10. The Pittsburgh State softball team has been on the road for its first 8 games of the season. Saturday, the Gorillas will finally get to play at home, something they've been waiting for quite some time. The Pittsburgh State Gorillas have not played at home since April 27th, 2019.
There's no place I would rather be. My home field is my favorite place to be, so I think we're stoked, even more excited than we were for opening day, I think.
Attack it! Attack it! Game speed here!
The Gorillas will host Minnesota Duluth on Saturday, ending a 679-day wait since they last played in Pittsburgh.
Playing in front of your home crowd, especially at a place like Pitt State, there's really nothing like it, and we want to showcase everyone around here what we're capable of.
Pitt State has just a really great home atmosphere, so that's definitely going to help us as well.
Oh, good catch! Yes, Kylie!
Pitt State is 3-5 through their first 8 games, but they feel close to finding their groove.
Once we get our offense going, people are going to be like, wow, this team can really, really hit. All right, let's go, Yellow, let's go!
Moving runners over and just getting the small jobs done so we can, get that run across, and not everybody has to hit a home run to get the job done.
Need you on here, Taylor, need you on! The long ball is kind of what we've been known for in my first couple years, but this year I think we can do a better job of just ground balls to the infield, double. So I think just play hard, play with a lot of passion, and I think that we're on our way to doing so.
Pitt State will play Minnesota Duluth on Saturday at 12:30 before turning around and facing Rockhurst at 3. And that's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
Take time to honor a local veteran, Airman First Class Rex Wilson. The Brunson, Kansas native served in the U.S. Air Force, and we are proud to salute Airman First Class Rex Wilson as tonight's 4-state hero. Jordan Abbey joins us now with a look at what's coming up on our sister station, KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
Tonight at 9, we're going to hear from local health officials about COVID-19 vaccines that can affect mammograms. Officials say it's nothing serious, though. Plus, scientists say COVID-vaccinated mothers who are breastfeeding seem to pass on a lot more antibodies to their baby. And the move to ban female trans students from competing in certain sports. That, of course, much more coming away tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
Thanks, Jordan. At both 9 and 10, Doug's also going to have his month-long forecast. But right now, Doug, a weather recap.
Yeah, it looks okay for the rest of the evening hours. And then for us tonight, clouds continue to thicken up. A random shower or two late tonight into tomorrow morning. On and off, very light showers tomorrow, but temperatures are going to be cooler. The weekend looks pretty good, of course, month-long tonight at 10.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. In the meantime, let's take care of ourselves and each other.